in order to combat that. Because when Synnister gets into a flow, it is awful dangerous.
Well, Stu, I mean, first off, I can give you one prediction for the set. And you know, if you don't believe me, call me Cassandra, because I know this one's coming true. And that's that Synnister Pawnmaster isn't going to end 2-1. You know how I know that? It's best of 5 territory. And I think the longer set does help, right, Pawnmaster a little bit more. As long as he can find an answer to these jump-ins, to these Shakinetsus, because that was the key to victory for Synnister last set. And still, early on, not something he's answering.
Yeah, if you can get those Shakinetsus to just sort of dissolve all the other offense that Pawnmaster is bringing forth, whatever it takes to evacuate the dance floor, but clear it out now, because Synnister showing some fancy footwork and even better fist work in the face of Young Link. That is 3 stocks to 2 now from go to KO in just under 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then, you know what, Stu? An extra 75 off 5 hits for good measure, because why not? Goes for the true short, you to find it, looks for the second combo in turn, but neither one gonna find its mark. Pawnmaster being a little slippery to get away with one there, hold on to the stock and try and find a chance, but P-Jab, auto turnaround. It's a Shoto in Smash Bros, dude. You can't do that. You can't cross this character up.
That is just absolutely ridiculous what we have seen thus far from Synnister. Yeah, the auto turnaround. You have to see it coming if you're Pawnmaster, right? Like you can't help but think that this was maybe something that could have been prevented. But yeah, floating as if through air right now is Synnister, as we are getting a little bit of a slowdown here. Oh, okay, there we go. 2 stocks to 1. For as Pawnmaster is able to reclaim something. But yeah, I'm getting just a little bit of slowdown, but goodness gracious, that was just slow-mo for Synnister, who's able to get the uppercut Shoryuken into the blast zone, and is going to be a game 1 victory for the Shoto.
And honestly, Stu, even though that was a JV3 stock, right? That was what we saw at the end, the one stock we did see from Pawnmaster, is what I was really hoping we'd see from him here. Whereas he finally called out a bad jump from Synnister for the first time in any of the games they've played so far today. And even though he still went down game 1, the fact that we see that, the fact that maybe now Synnister is going to start to get called out, he does again for these jumps, and maybe he's going to start to go away from it, is going to be huge in the longevity of this set.
So now as we go to game number 2, again, Pawnmaster trying to pile things on and looking pretty good while doing so. Synnister just getting hit with everything, beautifully sidestepped by Pawnmaster on the grab attempt. But yeah, the spot dodging on point. Synnister looking like you're going into bullet time for some of this stuff, but going to get caught with the boomerang and then on the up air. And that is a stock well within 45 seconds of game number 2 for Pawnmaster.
Yeah, with boomerang there, right, you can't jump away. You're forced into landing, and either you fall into the scabbard or you avoid it and get caught with it while you're stuck in landing lag. It's a beautiful little frame trap checkmate there from Pawnmaster there to catch out that landing. But now in turn, he has to get away from the blender. And while it looks like Synnister's just mashing again with auto turnaround, it covers just about anything you'd want. He finds a stock and then some. Now he gets to open up with 40, 50, and then some. Not gonna find the corner pressure though, and that makes all the difference here. If you got put off stage there as Pawnmaster, it could have been the stock.
Yeah, now as we go to 2 stocks apiece. Again, you're talking about dangerous situations. Goodness me. You just went from 53% to eating a Shoryuken, and how about another one so nice? Synnister had to do it twice. 2 stocks to 1 now through the Shoto.
Hold on, Stu. Just as you said it, a nice little star KO came in to give us a breather, reset our mental, reset their mental stacks as well, and they're gonna need it because this one's even 1 stock apiece. Pawnmaster marching to try desperately to even this one up. The difference between 1-1 and 2-0 in Smash cannot be overstated in a game 5 set. And with not a hit taken yet, 116 unanswered. I mean, Pawnmaster is looking beautifully situated with this ledge trap, but not enough. Not once, not twice, maybe 3rd time's the charm.
So looking for it, but trying to get back to the center. Pawnmaster knows this. But you can't really go to your safe spot because Pawnmaster can easily turn that into an area of danger. And danger for you is opportunity for young Link. Going to have that Nair again popping up into the face of Synnister, who's trying to get back to ledge. Down tilt, chasing with the Tatsu. And is going to find just a little bit of damage, but again, you need so much more in order to make this happen. You're at full rage, 187%. Just about any hit is going to do it. Anything to set up into a confirm means the end of game number 2, and Pawnmaster has you at ledge now. You know that you have to approach. Pawnmaster is going to set up. Autofocus is back to ground, but goodness me. Again, the attacks. The tilt. Oh my goodness. Wait, is Synnister about to do this? Synnister, you're at 200%, my guy.
Dude,
It's
you
going.
had to do it.
Oh.
Your commentator cursed him. He was marching back, but you said the faded words. Is he gonna do it? The only worst thing you could say is Beetlejuice 3 times.
I mean, look, whatever the case may have been, you were looking at a really close situation, and we saw that game close out. What was I gonna tell? Was I gonna tell Pawnmaster not to nair? Was I really gonna say that? Like,
when in
you
doubt,
saw him getting
right?
pieced up pretty hard.
When in doubt, nair. That's been the game plan for over 20 years at this point, right? From Melee up to the present. Why change it now? Game number 3. Here on Small Battlefield, these two are going to go head-to-head for counter pick advantage with a grand final single side spot on the line. And it's all going to be how well can Pawnmaster compose their mental after you saw, even though he won the game, he was the one on that mental stack.
So now as we see game number 3 in this particular set, again, talking about best of 5 territory, so you have a little bit more time to feel things out. And, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a little bit into the wheelhouse of Pawnmaster here, but goodness me, was it looking really good for Synnister in that game number 1. And of course, even the opportunity to come back into that set, because let's be real, at 80% on PS2, that's kill percent. Against a Ryu, that could have gotten really bad really quickly. And if the onus was not on Synnister to approach at center stage, then I don't know. I think we're talking about a very different set here, as I'm sure both competitors are well aware. But right now, they're sitting at 138 to close out stock number 1, and it's going to be Synnister that draws first blood here.
Yeah, and the Tatsumaki Senfuken there, right, was just so smart from Synnister, because he goes all the way in, it makes you think you can punish the end lag, and then is able to come back swinging to punish you on the whiff and turn, right, the bait and swing, and if you don't avoid it the first time, you just die outright. Now gonna rack on the extra damage as well, but not able to find the advantage state, gonna lose his stock in the kerfuffle. Once again, it's those flame arrows being the MVP. Dude, when we see them hitting, Pawnmaster has been dominant. But when they can't find their mark, when those flame arrows don't land, I mean, this is like a Cupid without love.
I mean, I do think there's a way to do it so that you can just, even if you're not necessarily landing with them, you can use them so that you're able to dictate which way you want Synnister to go. But right now, it's Synnister telling Pawnmaster exactly where to go, and that would be exit stage left. That would be screen right. I did get it correct. Don't try to correct me. That is going to be 2 stocks to 1 now for Synnister, as Pawnmaster already at 60%, and Synnister, goodness gracious me, living up to the name. This is what you were looking for. This is what I was looking at, frankly, at the end of game number 2, and making it manifest in the third game of this set. Goodness me, that is about as dominant as you can get with that scoreline, especially, was that a 0 to death, actually?
It was pretty brutal, right? Like, those fire arrows, as good as they are, got thrown out in bad positions at bad spacing, and you saw those jump-ins, right? Find the punish, and once you close in, once Ryu puts young Link in the corner, right? He doesn't have a great way back out. He doesn't necessarily have that super fast get off me tool outside of neutral air, But when Ryu's the one with his feet grounded, he's just so hard to dislodge.
Yeah, now we're seeing the same score at which their winner's semifinal set ended. But we know now. We knew, of course, you alluded to this at game number 1. It's not going to be how it is. But man, from go to KO in under 30 seconds cannot possibly be a good sign for Pawnmaster, as again, just a dominant first stock from Synnister.
This whole, like, all of their games we've really seen them play felt close, regardless of what stock count looks like. But this game 5, at least early on, I mean, this is the first real advantage that we're seeing from Pawnmaster, but he's trying to make the most of it. Right now, Synnister can't get away from the ledge. This could be disastrous. Holy moly, the slight, dude, the slight slope there, he slid off because of the focus. Do you see that? It pushed him back on stage and forced the stock away. What a niche little interaction that cost the momentum. But even still, Synnister answers back. He might have faltered, but knowing it's not his fault, he picks up right back where he let Ryu's off and cleans up the stock.
You know what? Might have killed the momentum, but this Ryu has plenty of potential energy that they can make kinetic, and all of a sudden you are at final stock, tournament stock even, for Pawnmaster. You have your last stand here, and it has to be made on Pokemon Stadium 2. Is going to be a backer that does it, and Synnister finding a chance at revenge on Delta Force, moving on to Grand Finals.
You know, Stu, I got one thing to say about that.
Go ahead.
That was a nice back air.
As you do. Yeah, as you do.
Anyways, that was a joke for all the commentators out there. If you know, you know. Oh, but I mean, good stuff to finish.
These kids gotta know. Come on now.
Do they?
There's no way.
Do they? Anyways, I got asked on the nightclub on Friday on the Melee couch whether nice back air was also a thing in Ultimate Commentary, and I had to explain that yes it is. However, you know what else was nice? Synnister throughout this entire set. Right, the adjustments, the playstyle, like his willingness to switch from down tilt pressure to mostly jabs because he saw that Pawnmaster was jumping in, so it's a much stronger anti-air. It's just immaculate, right? His ability to mix his fireball timings, he was relying on them a lot at the beginning of the set, and then went away from it to allow this more aggressive play to come in with the boomerang, which he then played around shield, found some grabs and these jabs to really find the pressure, plus lean more on back here, right? Complete playstyle adjustment from the beginning of the set, from their first set, and you could see that Pawnmaster just didn't ever really quite feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? Because you're dealing with someone with that kind of damage output. There's no way to feel quote-unquote comfortable, is there?
I mean, listen, if you had a down comforter, maybe some boost neck pillows, you know, there's a chance, right? But it's hard when there's a giant dude with muscles who's made his life fighting folks in tournaments all around the world, like for decades. Like you can't get comfortable with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, no memory foam mattress is going to make that down throw tickle any less. Let's be real. But that's at the same time, yeah, you're talking about, again, nice back air to get that KO. And again, if nothing else, people are here on a Monday night because they want to learn, right? This is sort of the laboratory for, tinkering with things in Smash, even if it's not necessarily the laboratory. Shout out.
I was gonna say, that was I caught you. I registered the Philadelphia reference.